This is Unknown. We give you the hottest new artists on the face of the planet, face of New York, face of LA. You guys now welcome. Introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is Devshein. I'm a rapper from the Bronx. I'm 23 years old. Oh, 24. My bad. I'm a Kobe year right now. So yeah, that's me.
That's you? Okay. So you're from the Bronx. Mm-hmm. Tell me more about yourself. Like, what's your style? What kind of flavor you really kicking to them?
All right, so I like to personally think of myself as the most versatile person ever, because I really usually just whatever pops into my head, I like making music about it. Mm-hmm. I'm in a group called Insight. There's a couple of us in there, Jahari TGS, Jazz Royale, Thrills, myself, and a couple more people in there. But I generally just like to go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Mm-hmm. So, how would you describe Insight as a whole?
Insight as a whole is a collective. We don't necessarily label ourselves as a group because we are individuals that just come together and make really great music together.
So you guys like the Voltron of hip hop right now?
Yeah.
Separately, you guys are strong because I've heard you guys' music and I love it. Like, I don't know if this was your song or a song that you were working on. It's like a road trip song.
Oh yeah.
I love that song. Like that's like a it's like, what do you call that? It's like a theme song for summer.
Yeah.
Like the summers that you think about when you watch movies.
Yeah.
It gave me that feeling.
I like to think of that as when you're watching Sandbox or Sandlot.
Sandlot. Yeah.
Sandlot.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of like.
Yeah, exactly.
That I was going for.
I could see that. I could see that. Like the girl, what's her name?
From
the vocalist on the song.
Oh, Alasia Sky. Alasia Sky. We had a session one day. She walked in. She heard the song. She said, "I don't necessarily like the hook. Let's change the hook up." We changed the hook up, and then she did her thing.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the hook originally?
She want the money, the cream. I don't even know what that really means, yeah. Baby, then I keep get on your knees and pray.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely. I can see why she did. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind because of but I can see where a woman can say, "I don't feel comfortable."
Yeah. So we just changed up the hook because it was more like it just meshed well together with all the verses. That's how like we played it.
And just like that, you had like a family-friendly summer anthem. Yeah, definitely. Every time I heard it that day, I thought about doorless Jeeps.
Yeah.
In a cooler, and a let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so where you get your inspiration from?
Andre 3000, Childish Gambino. That is my father.
Childish
Gambino is one of my top.
I'm gonna have to ask this. You know what I'm saying? Don't get offended. Mm-hmm. We talking about new Childish or old Childish? There's a difference.
There's a big difference. I like both eras because he really came into the game and shaped it in the way that he wanted. He made nerdy rap cool and made it like bars.
So that's what you call it, nerdy rap.
Yeah, because of the things that he talks about.
I'm a nerd, so I'm not offended. Like I'm not a geek, but I'm like a nerd. Mm-hmm. So when I first heard, actually, Black, you met Black. He put me on to, I don't know if he remembers, but he put me on to Childish Gambino. And Geeks and Freaks, Campfire, Butterfly, I think it's Sweatpants.
Sweatpants.
All my favorites from him. My
Lyrically
favorite.
Charged, but then he also shows you like his nerdy side.
Yeah,
most of the times, because like even the fishes don't make noise when they start up. It's like that shows like his character coming out,
and it's a slight stunt.
Yeah,
it's like just if you can afford it, they don't make noise. Okay, but yeah, he's definitely one of those. Is there any other rappers besides Andre? Andre's just like a gold. Like he's like something different.
I get inspiration from my mentor. His name is Denzel Porter.
Yeah.
He's the one that showed me how to like do audio engineering. Taught me how to like better my flows. Yeah, he's just been like a big brother to me, so he's really one of my big inspirations right now too. I really like Drake. Drake right now is on a hot streak, and he's
Is
doing
he?
it. Yeah, he is.
Is
like,
he?
Is
he?
He's the what is that called? He's just the artist. He's that artist right now. Like he can really say anything that he wants, and it flies.
I'm gonna hit you with the. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just gonna hit you with the Kevin Hart. Really? I mean, I love Drake. There's times where I say, "Damn." You know when you know you good.
Yeah.
So you like
you slack off.
Yeah, you slack. Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah, he does that. And like I think anybody that knows that they're the generation's artist, because he right now he is like there isn't
he's like the Michael Jackson of our generation. That's basically you telling me. What are you saying?
Jackson, that's a hard one, but he's definitely up there in our generation because every song that he's on is like 1 million views, like kind of like instantly, and everything that he is like a quotable. Everything he says is like quotable. It's classics.
So who's your favorite Drake?
My favorite Drake has to be. Damn, that's a hard one. Cause like his new stuff is.
You want London
crazy.
Drake? You want Jamaican Drake? He got the
accents.
He got the accents down pat, like not down pat, but he got them.
Yeah, now that Arabic flows.
The Arabic was crazy, right? I was definitely. I don't know what he said. I know a little bit of Arabic, not that well, but I was like.
Yeah, no, he said some stuff.
Yeah.
There's this girl that I'm cool with, and she told me about like how to like what he's saying in it.
Yeah.
And he goes crazy.
The reason why that line hits so well is because he kind of does it like with the beard.
Yeah.
Like even when I have like a certain beard, I'm like, yo, damn, you can see that Arabic blood flowing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, cause I'm Caribbean and Arabic mixture in the Caribbean, so yeah. I was like, I loved it because of that. Like, but my favorite Drake is Rude Boy Drake.
Rude Boy Drake.
Yeah, and that line, if you're not Jamaican, you probably go over your head. Mm-hmm. We in the gods, but not like that one. He said they want to piece it like cassava. It went over your head, huh?
Now just catching it. I never
you
want
a piece like cassava piece?
Yeah. Now that that's a bar.
Yeah, it is a bar. It's a bar, yeah. Like so, Drake, Rude Boy Drake is my favorite Drake right now. But like, if you ask me, I'm gonna ask you, who did you pick in that battle? Drake, Pusha.
Pusha smoked him. Pusha smoked him.
Can I get
Pusha smoked him.
As a fan of the artist, you can not be a stan and like, yo, listen.
Yeah.
Lyrically, he got you. And still be a fan of that person.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people don't understand. They're just like, oh, that's my favorite artist. He can never be smoked.
No,
Drake got smoked.
He got smoked. Lyrically, he got it.
And low key, he's still getting smoked because the end of the line where he said, where he was talking, anybody could tell he was talking about Kanye and Push.
Yeah.
It was a little shaky.
Mm-hmm.
If you heard Pop Smoke, Pusha T,
he was steady at him, and he was aiming for him. He knows.
He said that Jamaican accent ain't nothing without the black eye.
Nah, Pusha lyrically just handled him on a different level. Pusha's also one of my favorite.
He's my top 5.
He's top 5.
Yeah, he's top 5 for me.
That's it. I put him in my top 15.
Top 10, top 5, top. Yeah. So, but not only do you make catchy tunes, you are also, and if I do say so myself, a pretty good to amazing freestyle artist. How do you go about that? Do you sit at home and write your bars, then go in front of the camera, or do you just in the night?
So first couple times that I ever really freestyled in front of people, everybody went nuts. that was written that I had like from like back when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it popped up because everybody was just like spitting bars, and I was like, wait, I got something for y'all. And I'm a quiet person, so whenever I spit, it's like everybody like kind of looks because it's like, oh shit, the quiet kid just said something. But usually, like if I'm in the studio with my guys, it's this freestyle. It's all of the dome.
Okay, when you're freestyling, what drives you to go that extra mile? Because there's like I don't know if it's for everybody, but there's a blackout stage.
Yeah.
When you're freestyling, where you just black out.
Yeah.
And your mouth just takes control.
Talk. Yeah. That's what happens to me sometimes. Like,
what pushes you to that?
A fire beat. My friends like just really going in and like freestyling themselves. So whenever I like to say when I'm inspired by insight, like all the time. Like those are within my
brothers,
like
norms.
My brothers, those are my top 5 guys.
All right, who in insight when you listen to them? Because we all have an artist, either your friend or someone in the industry that when you hear them, you say, "Yo, I have to say something. I have to."
Yeah.
Who in insight does that for you?
I think everybody actually.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to list them, it would definitely be Jazz Royale first, because whenever he spits and he freestyles or anything, he's lyrically golden.
Yeah.
So I look up to him in that aspect. Then it has to be Jahari because he can story tell his ass off. He can literally be there and be on a consistent concept for however long he needs to be on it. And then Thrills, because Thrills is like whenever we're in a studio setting, we throw on a beat. He sings the hook in it. He raps on it. Like everybody.
Yeah,
there,
he's
just, like,
definitely.
to me, just
I know that Thrills will hear the song and he hooks and every ideas will come to the set. So, but it's storytelling. That's my blackout moment.
Yeah.
Where if I'm freestyling with friends, which when I did not, I'm garbage now. I wash.
Nah,
whatever.
you was doing.
Because that's not that wasn't my top tier. Trust me. Like, but there's a blackout moment where that storytelling comes involved.
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up on. Like my first, it's not about me. This is about you. But just so we can relate, my first, because I grew up in a Jamaican household, so the first music that I ever heard was obviously dancehall reggae music.
Yeah.
Then my cousin going to his house, DMX. But the rapper I first started listening to, like by myself, was Nas. So storytelling is very important to me. Like I'll sit and listen to a story all day. HBO storytelling or behind the scenes music, love those type of things.
Yeah.
So what do you want from this?
What I want from music?
Yeah.
I guess just to have an impact and show that even though I was the weird shy kid listening to like rock music, I listened to everything at that point, but like people would harp on the fact I listened to rock music, and that you can really like strive like off of your words, and your words have power to them. So that's what I want to give off.
Words do have power.
Yeah.
Be careful what you say. But how do you think rock music influenced you?
Rock music influenced me super heavily. From like Papa Roach to Arctic Monkeys, like all these bands are, to me, just gave me a voice. Like I would sit there and listen to them and listen to how they're making their music and listening to like their lyrics, and it would just like be artwork to me. So I started listening to rock music firsthand, and then I started listening to rap. I started getting into like J. Cole, Childish when he first came out, Kendrick. Drake was obviously in there, Lil Wayne. Like I was growing up with like lyricists. Like they were coming in, they had bars.
Yeah, very important to me, lyrics. Like if you know me, I could give too less about your hook. I mean, a great hook is a great hook, but the way I digest music, I would rather listen to your lyrics.
Yeah.
And like, so
if
there's not too many people nowadays that give you, you know what I mean?
Like that shock factor of like, that's a bar.
That's a bar, like, or that woo, I call it the woo moment, because you can't help but saying woo, like you.
Yeah, it's just like,
hot,
it energizes you real quick, like, damn, like, he really sat there and got that line off.
How do you even think to say that?
Yeah, like, the association to certain things and, like, just, like, the tiniest fragment of that being put into a bar and extending that, like, bar is just incredible.
All right, I'm just gonna ask you this before we head out, because you definitely have a performance, and I'm looking forward to hearing that and witnessing that. We're in a time that's uncertain right now. Like, no matter any aspect of life, you're feeling it. What was it? How was it before the pandemic and after the pandemic for you, musically wise?
So, first thing was, I organized a whole mini tour for the group, and I was finalizing dates and finalizing payments. So we were going and like gonna get a mini tour and get paid off the mini tour if everything like had worked out. COVID hit, we lost that opportunity, but I think high key, me being in this pandemic actually made us way better, like, because
strategy.
Like, I'm just locked in now. Like, every time like I'm in the studio, I know like I'm not leaving too often because I don't want to like be out.
There's less distraction.
Yeah. So we just lock in, and now like I learned more about engineering. I learned more about writing lyrics. I learned more about making hooks. So to me, honestly, this was somewhat of a mini blessing. Even though like I lost out on a bag, I'm still gonna make it back somehow.
It's plenty more, trust me.
Yeah.
Like, I felt the same way at the beginning. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
It's a time to strategize and
come correct. Like, this is a chess game. Like, this whole music thing is just a chess game. I have songs that I didn't even want to touch, and then because this hit, I didn't want to like keep on writing some like summer, there's a bop. I wanted to actually lock in on like the old stuff that we had, and I started mixing that stuff in, and then that made part of the project, and everything just kind of like meshed well together just because we were locked in and we understand sound better now.
Exactly. That's I couldn't hope for a better answer. That was like you wrapped that up perfectly. Can you tell the people where they can hear you, where they can see you, or buy merchandise?
So y'all can find me on Instagram. My name is the Devshein. So that is the Devsyn. You can find all of my music on Spotify under the name Devshein. Diosa's birthday out now, and it's doing pretty well. Locking on that.
Ya tú sabes, mujer, el cumpleaños de la reina de todo el mundo.
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah. 25 when you're 25 and you ain't even hit your prime. I swear to God, it feel like you living for a second time. Sweet honey, Gemini, wise words and pretty thighs. You got these niggas hypnotized, but I can see it in your eyes that you don't need a man, no. You focus on your self-growth. Your exes wanna know why your ex has been thrown for 3 years. Been killing shit but saying bruising, goddamn. Turn up the stir fry and you can see the sparks fly. Smile from your face can light up the night sky. You having niggas tongue-tied. Queen of duality, goth clothes but sun vibes. Miracle child, yeah, you was a blessing. And when you shake that ass, it's a lethal weapon. Big BX, you know we reppin'. Haven't seen you in a second, but we happy you alive every day. Hope you get the message.
Happy birthday.
Hey, Jesse, Mommy, Chelsea. I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday and many more to come. Let's make the best out of this birthday. I love you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to the
Happy birthday, my love.
Happy birthday. It's your fucking birthday. It's your fucking birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, of course I'm listening. check it.